Thank you for joining us, Erin. I appreciate it. Here you go, my dear. And if you need to sit here to do anything, feel free.
I think I'm good. I'll walk around a little bit.
Okay.
I'll stand in front of Orlando. Good day, everyone. I wasn't sure how much time I would have up here, so I'm going to make it quick. My story is very long, but I'm going to put it all in a nutshell for you. I was one of those folks, and it took me till I was about 42 years old to the light bulb finally went off. I spent my entire life as one of those folks that held onto the reins really tight, like the reins of life, and I'm going to guide it, and I'm going to decide where I need to go, and I'm going to have everything planned out. And it wasn't until, like I mentioned, I was 42 years old. I was working for the Federal Air Marshal Service, so I followed my path of being a Chicago police officer. I actually followed in my dad's footsteps. But they say it's a calling, right? So some people think, wow, that's really crazy that you're a Chicago cop. I mean, who does that? Right here, we're up on the south side of Chicago, right? So it's a rough and tumble neighborhood, right? A big city. And I grew up in a neighborhood where everyone, it was a blue-collar town, right? So everyone was like son or daughter of a fireman or a cop or streets and sand. So that's what we did. And so I did that, and after 9/11, I'm going to give away my age. After 9/11, I'm going to make it really quick. Sorry, Bridget. And shout out to Bridget Bierman. If it wasn't for Bridget, I wouldn't be here. So I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to all of you today. After 9/11, I felt I wanted to do something bigger, better, more, and so I applied to be an air marshal, one of those elusive, crazy people that sits on an airplane that's going to prevent another terrorist attack. Yeah, that was me, because the Chicago cop wasn't crazy enough. So I flew 1.9 million miles around the world, and I loved every second of it. It was very tiring. But in that time, I thought, oh my gosh, all the skills and abilities and the knowledge that I amassed by being a street cop are all going to be wasted by sitting in an airplane and not using my skills, because let's face it, we're not arresting people every minute of the day. We were there for that big moment, and we all, most of the room understands what I'm talking about. A lot of youngsters don't remember, just in the history books now. Anyhow, fast forward, I'm also a breast cancer survivor. So, caught it very early. I know it's very personal, but it explains why I'm actually here today and how I ended up being on the stage at this moment. I was walking around the Miami field office, which goes back to my original point I was trying to make, is I thought, I'm going to work for the government, I'm going to transfer around, and because I was a scuba diver and I had my captain's license, my boating license, I was going to go down to Florida, buy a house, and I'd work there for a few years and then retire and live on a beach. And that was going to be my life, right? A beach mom. Till I got hit with the breast cancer diagnosis. And I thought, oh my gosh, this wasn't in my plan. This is not fair. And I had one of my supervisors actually say this to me, and I can't believe nobody told me this before I was 42 years old. He said, do you know how to make God laugh? And I just looked at him all bewildered, like, what are you talking about? He said, you tell them all about your big plans.
Come on.
And I was like, why didn't someone tell me that? Here I am trying to figure out what I'm going to do and all the plans that I'm going to make. And God was like, no, this is what you're going to do. Fast forward to, I get medically retired due to complications from the surgeries, which is fine. It was devastating at the time. But I find myself back in Chicago. And then my dad says, hey, I'm going out to Fountain Hills, see ya. And I was like, wait, I just got back to Chicago, you can't leave. So I got medically retired. I decided to come out here for Christmas one year. And I'm sure you can all imagine, coming from Chicago, I come out here and I'm like, oh my God, this is paradise. I love this mountains. I've never seen mountains before, aside from flying around the world. But those weren't my mountains, right? So I came out here, I sat around for 8 months crying myself to sleep, figuring out what I was going to do, and I had that light bulb moment. How can I take everything that I've learned in my entire life and help others? And so that's how Guardian was formed. I got a job at a local gun range. And it's not all about guns, guys. I want you to understand that. It's about defending yourself. It's about not being a victim. It's about empowering yourself to find that mama bear inside of you, to protect yourself from whatever it is. And our Guardian logo represents hands, and that whatever it is in your life that you want to protect, you want to learn how to protect, it's like right there hovering around in the center. So we specialize in private lessons, and it's all about mindset, safety, and awareness. It's not all about weaponry. It's about protecting yourself, and it's more of a mindset than anything. And so my husband and I formed Guardian after we met at the gun range, and like I said, it's one of those light bulb moments, like what am I going to do with myself? Started working at the gun range, and I met my husband. We were always told, you're doing too much, too soon, too fast with your students. Slow down, don't teach them everything, because we were really good at that. And that's when we realized maybe we need to do our own thing and reach people organically. And that started to happen here in Fountain Hills. We both live and work here. We're home-based, and we do family safety classes where if you have an entire family and you're thinking, how am I going to get all of my kids to a range or to a classroom and teach them about awareness and safety, that's what we specialize in. We actually come to you. So everything is privatized, everything is specialized. So in closing, please stop by my booth, come talk to me, I'll give you one of our business cards. And I'm also doing a raffle at 3 o'clock. If you're still here, please come over to the booth and fill out one of our little, I have like these little slips of paper. You don't have to be present to win, but I'm giving away a 1-hour free lesson. So please come in and fill one of these out and come talk to me. And I hope to see you all very soon. Thank you very much for the time.